What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Bull Rush Live podcast. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my mic here. It fell over right before we got started. It is a beautiful day today. It is October 24th, day 24 of the government shutdown. And I just wanted to welcome all 175,000 and 45, I believe. We probably are a little bit higher now, but 140. Yes. There you go. Now it should work. All right. We're back. Well, welcome to another episode of the Bull Rush Live podcast. Like I said, it's October 24th. We got an amazing show for you today. Lots to talk about. We got, like I said, day 24 of the U.S. government shutdown. We're in week 8 of the NFL. We just had an action-packed week 7. I think we really know. Shout out to Bull Rush, this Bull Rush football jersey. But I think we really know a lot. We have some really good insights into the playoffs right now with week 6. A little slight touch on Forex news. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened over there in the UK with the lads. And then, of course, the IMF has some news for Asia. And then crypto, the big crypto crash. There's a big crash. There's a lot happening with crypto. We're going to be talking about that. Updates with CZ, aka Shengpeng Zhao, aka the king of crypto, aka the king of Binance. We got updates on that and Trump's brand new pardon with that. And of course, we got a little bit of inflation and how crypto is going to affect the upcoming inflation report. Like I said, action packed. Oh, and I forgot the Dodgers. The World Series. We're going to talk all about that and much, much more here today. As always, if you got any, we got some comments already. Yep. Shout out to Ollie on Kick. Thank you. Shout out to you. If you guys have any comments or anything, I'd love to hear from you. I'm always open to hear from you. Sorry, I have my other. I'm just making sure I'm good here. It looks like I froze here for a sec, but yeah. If you guys have any questions or you want to talk about anything, I'm always here, and you can always come into the chat here, and I'd love to hear from you. So let's look at some Bull Rush stuff first. Let's look at the. Oh my lord. Let's look at the NFL Survivor. If you don't know, all these guys that we're about to pull up are competing for their share of over $100,000. When I say over $100,000, I mean $110,000 to be exact. It is $110,000, $100,000 for the final round, and then $10,000 between rounds 10 or rounds 10 or week 10, however you want to look at it, and week 19. So sorry, just gotta adjust this here. There you go. Week 19. So huge prizes there. If you think about it, if you win first place, you're gonna get $50,000. Actually, let's pull up the NFL Survivor here just so I can show you guys visually. Not on the Survivor. NFL Survivor right there. All right. So as you can see right here, 20 weeks. Right now, of course, you can't join the Survivor by itself, but you can join the NFL Survivor satellite where you can turn $20 into 100,000. So you can turn $20 into your share of 100,000. Just wanted to get this little beautiful banner here on the bottom. $20 into your share of over $100,000. First place is going to win a $50,000 prize. Second place, $20,000. Third place, $10,000. Fourth place, $5,000. Fifth, $2,500. Sixth through 10th are each going to get $1,000. And then everybody else in round 20 is going to get $200. So if you really think about this, for only $20 entry into our NFL Survivor competition, right? For only $20 entry fee into our NFL Survivor satellite competition, you can earn an entry fee into this, where when you make it to round 20, not if, because you're a rock star, remember that. So when you make it to round 20, you're going to get $200 regardless of how good you do. So at the very minimum, if you make it to round 20, you're going to get 10x of the money that you paid to enter. But again, remember round 10 through 19, so the final 10 rounds, you're going to get first place is going to get $500. So let's look at this. First place is going to get $500, second place $350, and first place $150. If you land in first place in any round, regardless of whether it's round 10 through 19, you're going to get a guaranteed entrance into round 20, which pretty much means you get a guaranteed $200 final prize. Now, if you get, again, if you win first place for rounds 10 through 19, you're going to get a guaranteed $200 plus $500. So if you think about it, it's really a guaranteed $700 that you're receiving for getting first place in any of the rounds between 10 through 19. And then, of course, if you happen to just be a whole rock star like I know you are, and you get first place in all 10 through 19, and then get first place in the final one, that's $50,000 of cash, $55,000 of cash prizes. I mean, what more can you ask for? So let's hop into the NFL Survivor actually and see what's going on here in round 8. Now, not a lot has happened in round 8. Obviously, we've only had one game. We've had the Thursday game, so not much has happened. But let's check out what exactly happened here, and let's hop right into it. So we see there's already a bunch of people with a ton of returns here. I mean, we got first place has 82% returns. So let's look at the leaderboard and see what they're doing, and maybe you could go in here and tail some of these picks and, win some money or beat these guys by looking at their strategy. So the NFL Survivor only has 146 people here. Just 146 people left in the competition. You know what that means? That means you have a 1 in 146 chance of winning over $55,000. Over 55,000. 1 in 146. Show me anywhere else where you have those kind of odds to grow your money like that. So $20 into 55,000. I'm not even going to do the math right now, but that's a huge come up. And there's not many other places on the internet where you can get that kind of come up. Now, first place we see here, Shonori. He's got $182,916 bankroll. Now remember, everybody starts with 100K bankroll. So he made 82.92%. And so they've only done one pick for the NFL Survivor because I guess it's only one game. So these guys are taking it very, very slow. They have 0 at risk, so they haven't even placed their weekend picks yet. They've you know what? Honestly, if these guys won the Thursday night game and they want to stick it through, you only have to be in the top 80% of people at the end of the the competition. So if you look at it, we look at the top 50. I'm sure we'll get down here and there's some people with some negative. Yeah, right here. Boom shakalaka. We got 20%, negative 20%, negative 30%, negative 90%. Buddy here already jocks me. Shout out to you. Actually, I actually do. I do like you. You've been a big supporter of Bull Rush for a long time. But come on, man. You lost. You did one pick and you did your whole $100,000 in one pick. That is not the strategy to go. Let's see what the winning pick here was. Give me a sec here. Boom. Oh, and it was just a straight up pick. The Los Angeles Chargers -3 took the spread -3. And he turned 99. So he pretty much risked his entire bankroll here, -$500 to win potentially 182, which he in the end did. I do think this was a good pick. If anybody watches our Monday night show with the great and powerful Dan Leach, I believe he gave actually this pick out. We put it out in shorts as well. So yeah, Los Angeles Chargers -3. Solid pick, and he ended up winning. I'm curious to see now what second place did, if they did something similar to that. Well, I guess we'll find out here in a sec. We got Billy C, and if I'm not wrong, that is the great and powerful Billy Collins. Find him on YouTube. He has a great video about Bull Rush where he's reviewing Bull Rush. And this is a parlay. My boy Billy C won a parlay. So if you guys ever go in here and you get a crazy pick like this where he wagered $100,000 and won 175, and you want to look at it, obviously parlay, you can look at the entire thing here. He has one push Quentin Johnson receptions, 47 and a half, so over 47 and a half. But if you ever want to share your pick, you can go over here and click this. I don't even know what this icon is called, but the little 3 dots and 2 line icon. And here you can either share it directly to WhatsApp, email, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Telegram. You can generate a QR code where you could post this QR code and you're like, yo, check out my, let's say you have a because you can also do this for picks before they're done. So if, obviously we don't show people's picks before they're done, because then you could just copy their picks and actually win the competition. But if you want to do it, and let's say this pick has not been done yet, I can click generate QR code. I can put that into my Discord or my Telegram server or WhatsApp server, or I can just post in my WhatsApp here, or my Telegram here. And then my friends can follow my picks. My Discord followers can follow my picks, or I can just hit share here and share it to, wherever I want there, or I can just copy the link and then send the link. And when you send the link, it'll come up like this. Give a sec. Beautiful little picture. So your QR code there, where they can verify that it's a real Bull Rush pick. If they scan this, it'll take them to the Bull Rush website. See the pick amount, the odds, the potential win out here. If it's like if it hasn't been won yet, it'll be yellow and it'll say pending. And then of course your actual picks there, and a quick summary here of everything else there. What do you guys think about that? You guys sports bet a lot or sports pick a lot? You guys wager? Yeah, a lot of notes here. So yeah, the NFL Survivor, very, very interesting. That's what I like a lot about this. Another really cool thing is that you can do in here, just before we move on to the other ones here, I just want to show you this quick thing here. If we go over here and we look at somebody on here, like let's say, try to find someone with a higher. So this guy's a Titan. So let's check out his dashboard. And then let's look at his user stats. So we can look at his user stats and all right. Whoop, sorry. So doesn't look like he was in a lot of. So it looks like he was mostly in trading competitions, but the same applies for trading competitions. So I'll show you like the dashboard here for trading competitions. You can essentially see, well, this is his one specific. Sorry. We can view total winnings, all that stuff here. Doesn't look like this guy. Let me find someone in the leaderboard. I guess that's the best way. If you want to see the best of the best in Bull Rush, these two boards are the best. So this is the best of all time. This is the best this month. So you can see up to date. Let's go in here and look at this man. It's level 42 in the Bull Rush user base. Let's see. Wow, look at that. I'm about 5 years day trading. Obviously, you can see he is a trader. See if he's created his own competitions. Is he in any current sports competitions? So he does do sports competitions. So here, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Finally got to it. My bad. You can go in here and you can look all of their trading competitions, all their past trading competitions, all of their past sports competitions. Oh, so Buddy over here actually won $25 here. He won 2.5K credits here. in one of our older competitions, it looks like, before we did our update here. So you can go in here, you can look at all their past competitions, you can click on trading competitions, sports competitions, and then of course you can view their dashboard, see exactly what picks they did. So here he has 100% win rate, obviously. Oh, this is the one that he won. Number of picks 1, 3, and we can see all 3 of his picks here. They were parlays. It was just for funsies. Yep, looks like Champions League. You can also see this daily profits. So of all time, obviously this is today. Nothing happening today. He didn't make any picks today, but we can see here his on the 21st he made 892,000, and then on the 22nd he made 1.6 million dollars. So big ups to you. Good job. And that is that. Let's let me just show you one more thing here real quick. Where are we at here? Boom. The NFL Survivor round 10. Right now we got round 9. Let me just show you something in here because this is something that I think is really, really cool. There's only one person in here right now, right? You might think, wow, why would I want to join a competition with only one person? Brother, you're literally getting free entry now, right now with this. This ends on the 28th, right? You're getting free entry into the NFL Survivor competition. Sorry, not free, I should say. You're getting entry for just, it's so cheap, it's essentially free. But you're pretty much getting entry into the NFL Survivor competition for only $20. $20. Because remember, the top 10 people in this competition move on, right? So if you enter this right now, you could make the worst picks ever. There's only one guy in there. So you're going to get a guaranteed spot into the NFL Survivor. So whatever you're doing, if you have to stop this live stream right now, stop the live stream, pause it, come back afterwards, stop the live stream, hop in there and join it, because right now, $20 into your share of over $100,000 in like, I don't know how much more clear I can get. Like, look, if you think I'm lying, top 10 people get moved into the NFL Survivor competition. The rules, all you have to do, and also, yes, you do have to place one pick. So make sure you hop in there and you place at least one pick, and you're essentially locked in to make at least 100K. I mean, it doesn't $100,000, $20 into over $100,000. I don't know how it doesn't translate in my head. Okay. I don't know how it doesn't translate, but like, yeah, there's only one person in here. So it's like, if I could join, I would be joining this 3 times over. You know what I mean? All right. Sorry, I was making sure I was making sure it's good. Yeah. So this is essentially a no-brainer. I don't know why you wouldn't be in here, but hop in there or be square. You know what I mean? That's just how it is at the end of the day. Any questions? See if we got any questions from the back here. Ooh. Does it sound still good? Or did I mess that up? Yep, still good. Okay. Well, let's get into some government updates. We got the government shutdown, like you guys know already. I'm sure you've heard about it. We've talked about it here in the past. So, oh my gosh, mic stand. Hey guys, put your recommendations for mic stands in the comments here. I'd love to hear your recommendations on better mic stands. This one's all right, but as you can see, it just moves down. I don't think it was meant for this, but you know, without further ado, we are on day 24 of the U.S. government shutdown, and frustrations continue to grow in Washington as the Senate once again has failed to advanced a bill that aimed at providing relief to unpaid federal employees and contractors. The legislation known as the Shutdown Fairness Act was introduced by Republican Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin and sought to pay military personnel, federal workers, and contractors who have continued working through the shutdown. The bill fell short of the 60 votes needed to proceed, with the final tally coming in at 54 to 45. Three Democrats, John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, Georgia Senators John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, crossed the party lines to vote with Republicans, Republican GOP law. Cross the lines to vote for with Republicans. Sorry, the could not see the quick side note, my normal glasses, you guys see me wear these black glasses usually, like the black frames. Those are stronger. Those are my actual prescription. These are a little bit weaker. So my eyes, I'm 27, but my eyes are like a 6-year-old. It's terrible. So yeah, they those guys voted with the Republicans. GOP lawmakers argued that the measure would deliver essential relief to workers who are set to miss paychecks, while Democrats countered that it would give the president too much discretion to decide who gets paid and who doesn't. Democrats introduced two competing bills that would have guaranteed pay for all federal workers, but those were blocked by Republican objections. The Senate adjourned without taking a 13th vote in the broader House-passed funding bill, virtually ensuring that the shutdown will stretch into next week. Will it go over 36 days? As it stands, hundreds of thousands of federal employees remain either furloughed or working without pay, with no clear resolution in sight. Yeah, very scary. We're on day 24, so I think in 11 days we'll be at the new record, because I believe the record was 35, but I saw another number the other day. Let's get a quick number here. So 34. So I don't know. I think it's kind of debated maybe, because I could have sworn I saw like 36 or something the other day, but 34, 35. We'll just say like 10 or 11 days we'll be at a new world record. Woo! Which, take it as it is. Take it how you want. I'm interested to see. We'll do our next news trading once we're back and we have our government back. Of course, we'll do our next news trading competition. Those are always fun. Shout out to News Squawk, the best news service out there for investors, economists, and just people who want to stay in touch. Let's get into the other stuff. We're on economics, so let's cover our last two. I've got two more little articles about economics, so let's cover our little economic articles, and then we'll get into the real meat and potatoes, what you guys are here for, crypto and sports. Of course, I got a ton of NFL news, so we'll get into that. The British pound slipped this week after new data showed UK inflation holding steady at 3.8% year-on-year in September, slightly below the expected 4%. The softer reading reinforced market bets that the Bank of England may begin to cut interest rates before the year end, with traders now pricing in a strong chance of easing by December. Analysts noted that the falling food and energy costs drove much of the slowdown, signaling that inflation pressures may be easing faster than the bank anticipated. The pound dropped roughly 0.4% against the dollar and euro, while uncertainty surrounding next month's UK budget added to market cautions. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund warned that Asia's economic resilience could be tested if the recent weak dollar trend reverses amid growing tariff and trade risk. The IMF's Krishna sorry. I'm sorry. That is a crazy name, and I'm terrible with names of anybody who watches this show. So the IMF's Krishna Surinsvasan, Krishna Surinsvasan, said a stronger dollar or rising global interest rates could Krishna Srinivasan said a stronger dollar or rising global interest rates could make borrowing more expensive across the region and strain corporate debt levels. Although IMF still expects Asia to grow about 4.5% in 2025, it cautioned a shift in U.S. monetary policy could trim that pace in 2026. Srinivasan also emphasized that the government must safeguard central bank independence to maintain stability as global financial conditions tighten. Yeah, well, we got that over with. Sorry about the names there. That was a little crazy. I usually am a little bit better with the names. Let's do a quick commercial break and then we will hop right back into the news.
Welcome to Bull Rush, the ultimate arena where competition meets strategy. Challenge your friends in fantasy sports, picking competitions where every decision counts. Prove you really know the game by climbing the leaderboard, outsmarting your rivals, and locking in bragging rights. It's a battle of instincts, strategy, and sports knowledge. Ready to make your picks? Get ready for Bull Rush. Visit bullrush.com today. Are you in?
We're back. All right. Are you ready to join? Are you ready to compete? Are you ready to win? Then what are you doing if you're not in the Bull Rush Survivor competition? Before we keep going, I just wanted to let you guys know about the Bull Rush. Oh, my boy. What's up? Wow, wow, wow. Has anybody ever seen Borat? Wow, wow, wow. Borat, that's a great movie. Anybody doesn't know, just look that up. Borat. Wow, wow, wow. Good morning, Bull Rush family. Hi, bro, Davin. Good morning, Master Terrace Ford Best. How are those arepas? Are you having some arepas? I cannot wait for the day. I just want to say, me and Master Terrace Ford Best, we're best friends. We he's always in our live chat. He's one of our biggest supporters, and I appreciate him endlessly for that. And of course, he's my best friend. Like I said, I can't wait for the day I can have an arepa with my brother. He always tells me, "Oh, like how's your arepa this morning?" And he knows I love those arepas. I live. If anybody doesn't know, Bull Rush is located here in South Florida. In Boca Raton, just north of Miami. I go down there all the time. I get my little Colombian arepas with some cheese, corn tortillas. Oh, I'm not even going to getting off topic here, but can't wait to have those with you. And then good morning, chapter 1. I like your little image there. Great image. How's everybody this morning? Government shut down, crazy stuff happening, crypto going up and down. Who knows what's happening? I don't. On that note, though, I just wanted to let you guys know because I'm going to show you some competitions where you can win some free prop account challenges. But I want to tell you about our prop because we are the only A-book prop. Ooh, excuse me. We're the only A-book prop firm in the world. There's people that want to be like us, but they're not. And it sucks for them, because they're not like us. But we are the only A-book prop firm in the world. If you don't know what the difference between A-book and B-book is, very simple. B-book, they take the other side of your trade. A-book, we're actually putting you into a market. So if you think about it like this, B-book, their main income, where they're really betting on is you failing your account and buying another one because they're making their money off that challenge account price. A-book, us, we're betting on you being a good trader and you're going over and becoming A-booked, and we're actually putting every single one of your trades into market. And that profit split, we're actually, obviously we take 25%, you take 75%, and it's a clean profit split because we actually put your trades into market. So we don't lose money if you're profitable. So the more profitable you are once you're A-booked, the better for both of us. Think of a B-book prop firm essentially as a casino. A-book is a real trading firm where you're trading in the market. And the other good thing is because we want you to be profitable, because we want you to be successful, pretty much the only rule that would get you disqualified is, or lose an account, is you hit drawdown. You can news trade. You can do all these other things that all these prop firms are banning you for. You just can't hit that drawdown. As long as you don't hit your drawdown, you're not going to get disqualified, and as long as you're profitable, you're going to get funded. So, those are the only rules. We're not going to hit you with oh, well, in our rule book, you I don't know, yeah, you log in too many times rule, so you're disqualifying your account, or you're oh, you're only trading gold, so we're disqualifying your account. I don't know. Whatever BS rules that all these other prop firms are giving you to disqualify you or not pay you out, we're not going to do that. Because at the end of the day, like I said, when you're A-booked, we're putting all your trades into the market. Our liquidity provider is Forex. So one thing I'd like to tell you guys is, whether you use us or use somebody else, do your research. Do your research into the prop firm. Do your research into, the owners of the prop firm. That's really big. There's a lot of them. Obviously, I'm not going to name any names, but there's a lot of prop firms out there where, you look into the owner, and the owner's had 5-10 different Q-tip. I mean, ugh, you didn't hear that. They have 5-10 different prop firms out there that that they not at one time, but they've had 5 different prop firms in the past. And at each one of those prop firms, you look at the reviews in the past, and it's always like, oh, I got funded a payout of $20,000, and they denied me because I was news trading, or I was arbitrage, or whatever the BS rule is that made them successful and made them profitable, and they didn't get a payout. And they kept starting these prop firms, and then some bad news would come out, they cancel it, and then they start a new one with a new name and new branding and new marketing and all this. And you look into it, and if someone's had a ton of prop firms in the past, they're probably not a good person. Not morally, I guess it's morally wrong to steal people's money like that, but they're probably not the best person or trustworthy person to go give your money to and trade with. Another thing is, if anybody's saying that they're A-booked like us, right, go reach out to their customer service and say, who is your liquidity provider? Right? Simple question. Who is their liquidity provider? If they're really A-booked, they should have no reason to not tell you that, right? And if they come back on customer service and they're like, oh, it's a privacy thing, it's a consumer, whatever, blah, 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 blah. If they start hitting you with all this random stuff, and they don't tell you who their liquidity provider is, they're lying. I'm calling cap. They're capping. They're lying, man. They're not really a book. They want to be us, okay? But they're never gonna be us. We're A-booked. Our liquidity provider is Torex. You can email right now, support@bullrush.com, and ask who is your liquidity provider, and they'll tell you Torex. You can go to Torex. I don't know their customer support email, but you can email Torex. You can ask, hey, do you guys provide liquidity to Bull Rush Prop? And they're going to say, hell yeah, we do. Or they probably won't say that, but they'll say, yes, we do. and yeah, so that's the quick difference. If you've never gotten anything, if you've never gotten a prop account with us, we got some great discounts for you right now. We got our welcome discount, 30% off all new accounts. That's 30% off every account, whether it's a $5,000 account or a $200,000 account. You're going to get 30% off with code WELCOME. Remember, that's only if you've never gotten a prop account with us before. So I'm talking to you right there. Yes, you. I know you've never gotten an account, so use that code right now. Take advantage of our discounts. If you've got an account with us before, don't worry, brother. We're still going to hook you up. We got code SAVE20 for all 5, 10, and 25K accounts. And then we got code SAVE15 for all 50, 100, and 200K accounts. So right here, make sure you use those codes up. I'm talking to you right there. Yeah, I'm talking to you right there. I know what you're saying right there. Whoa, we got a lot of chats in here. We got Sports Picker. What up, Dov? How are you doing? I see you in the Monday Night Edge as well. Always good to see you around, Sports Picker. Master Terrace for Best said, bro, I'll be flying over there real soon and we'll have a great breakfast filled with arepas, filled with chicken, potatoes, carrots, avocado, and garlic-based sauce with yellow cheese, and not to mention a good drink called 3-in-1, which is made with beet, carrot, and orange in to raise hemoglobin levels very well. I don't know why I thought a good drink, a three drinks, but yes, that sounds really good actually. Beet, carrot, and orange. It sounds like I've had something similar to that. Yeah, I think I've had something similar to that, but very good. And that food, oh my God, it's in the morning. I haven't had breakfast yet. I was going to eat something after this. You're making me hungry with that. Arepas filled with chicken, potatoes, carrots, avocado, and garlic base. One thing I'll tell you, brother, I don't like avocado. Everything else, primo. Bro, I already used those codes. You can use them again. Do they still work? Yes, they do still work. So welcome is for all new accounts, like I said. So obviously you can't use that one if you've already bought an account before. And then save 20 and save 15, you should be able to use again. If you can't use them, just shoot us a DM or shoot us an email and I'll get you squared away. But yes, we have discount codes for everybody. Oh, that's big. Don't want to look at my face that much. I mean, what more can you want? You're getting A-booked. You're not trading with one of these casino prop firms. That's what I like to call them now. Because, I mean, if they're taking the other side of your trade and they want you to fail, what is the difference between that and playing blackjack against the casino? You know what I mean? I mean, just think about it like that. I mean, there's nothing against it. If you want to go gamble, go to a B-Book prop firm. Yeah, they got a cheaper account. They got blah, blah, blah. They got this deal, this deal, this deal. They're going to give a cash back afterwards. Guess what? They're doing all that because guess what? When you go to the online casino, Stake and Roobet, that's why they have, put in $100. We'll give you $200. We'll give you $300. Because guess what? You're going to lose it all anyways. With the B-Book prop firm, they're doing these crazy deals. They're doing cheaper prices, all that, because you're going to lose it anyways with them because guess what? They're taking the other side and they're set up for you to fail. A-Book prop firm, we're set up for success. We're set up for winning, for profit, and you're going to do big things with us. Let's get into some crypto news because we've had a crazy week here. We've had updates on the crypto crash. We've had things going around, and we've got Big Daddy CZ out of the dog house. So let's talk about all that and more. So first up, Coinbase has announced that it will acquire the on-chain investment and fundraising platform Echo in a deal valued at roughly $375 million paid in cash and stock. The move underlines Coinbase's strategy to expand beyond retail trading, aiming to offer off-token sales, tokenized real-world assets, and broader fundraising tools. Echo's platform, already having helped raise more than $200 million since its launch, will now be integrated into Coinbase, offering positions in its next phase of digital capital markets. This is huge for crypto because not only obviously crypto has always been coins. The utility for crypto has always been, securing banking transactions, securing other sorts of transactions, being a payment method between certain entities. Those have always been kind of digital utilities for cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, obviously, securing banking transactions and stuff like that. The big thing about Echo and the big thing about real world tokenization of real world assets is, think about, let's talk about Grant Cardone, right? 10X Investments, right? How that business works is, let's say you have $1 million, you give him $1 million, he goes and buys and he gets $1 million from 10 different people. He goes and buys a $10 million property. He gives each of those 10 people, let's say 9% equity, and then he'll get, 10% or whatever it comes out to. He'll get whatever's left over. And essentially he shares the dividends. He shares the profits. It'll be like a apartment building. So share the profits of the rent and all that with all the other people. With real world tokenization, we will tokenize or businesses and stuff like that will tokenize real world products. So how that works is anything from investments like that, where, now you don't need $1 million to go invest in Grant Cardone's firm. You could have $1,000, and you're like, look, I want to invest in this multi-million-dollar apartment complex, and boom, now you invest in this, and now you have a small stake in that, and you own a part of it through cryptocurrency. Same thing with cars. If there's a collector out there who maybe collects old Ferraris or something, and they got this old Ferrari, like one of the first Ferraris that's like $20 million. Now you can go in and that company who owns that can go and tokenize that, sell shares of it. And if, 5-10 years down the line, that $20 million Ferrari now becomes a $30 million Ferrari. Now you get real world value from your tokenization of that real world asset. And then the third aspect of that is, concert tickets or comedy show tickets or sporting event tickets. Now instead of just buying a ticket online, you could tokenize that. You buy that as far as not even really crypto, but as far as NFTs. So I don't think, NFTs are dead at all. Or I guess I should say entirely. I think NFTs are dead in the old sense of where they were just like, oh, it's a picture of me like this, and you bought it for $100,000, right? I think NFTs are going to slowly turn into almost, again, tokenization of real world assets, where, you maybe buy a concert ticket to a music festival and you get an NFT for that. So it's all digital and you can share it, and it's all trackable through the blockchain. Versus so that how does that benefit? You could prevent, scalpers. You could really look at, because you see who owns everything, and everything is, visible. So that way you prevent, okay, one wallet is holding, 50 tickets to this. That's obviously a scalper. Go after them, cancel whatever you got to do. But yeah, I think the utility of this is going to be huge. I think the, influx of crypto, and then obviously whatever coin that actually holds, or all of this is built on, is obviously going to skyrocket. I'm guessing probably Ethereum is what it's looking like. A lot of these kind of real world tokenization assets will be built on. So shout out Ethereum, but it really could be anything. It's not up to us, and it's not public yet. There's just theories, but that's kind of the background on that. I think that could be huge. And yeah, $200 million since its launch, and they just bought it for $375 million. Specifically Echo, obviously it's fundraising. So you could fundraise for nonprofit organizations or fundraise for projects, which is the other cool thing. If anybody remembers Kickstarter, right? Similar thing to that, but I want to start a company. I fundraise, and I'm not necessarily giving out shares. Jeez, I ran out of coffee, so I'm drinking my wife's coffee, and stuff is like a double shaken espresso with like crack in it. It's like super strong espresso, but make me acid reflux. But yeah, really cool. Then you can invest in things. I think it's really going to broaden the crypto land space and really solidify the utility, not just online, but in real world assets. I mean, real estate, imagine buying a house and now you have an NFT of your house, and there's just a lot of things that this can go into. But anyways, in regulatory news, former Binance founder Changpeng Zhao, or CZ, has been pardoned by U.S. President Donald Trump, according to a White House statement. Zhao had pleaded guilty in 2023 to charges around failing to maintain an effective and anti-money laundering program. The pardon marks significant shift in U.S. approach to crypto regulation and has been interpreted as a strong signal for industry sentiment around compliance, enforcement, and the future of U.S. stance toward major exchanges. I don't. Not a fan of Binance, but shout out. I think this is really good still for just the community, the crypto community, obviously, as a whole. If you look at those charges, it is how it is. Finally, on markets, ahead of the upcoming U.S. inflation report, analysts say that tokens could see notable swings. For example, they estimate that Ethereum could move as much as 2.9% up, and Bitcoin about 1.4% up in the immediate window. They also pointed out that other assets such as XRP and Solana are discounting volatility of roughly 4 to 5% per their option markets. The backdrop, while speculative sentiment remains cautious, the shift of capital towards derivatives and tokenization plays suggests the industry is evolving beyond purely retail-led cycles, which we are seeing. We saw the shorts and longs on crypto affecting the actual prices of crypto, and it was very, very interesting recently. What else do we have on crypto? Let's pull up. We have our crypto weekend competition. So while we're talking about our crypto, we have our crypto weekend competition. Super, super dope. I love this. Let's Oops, sorry. Don't know what happened there. It's free to enter. I know you all love free stuff. I love free stuff. I'm a little free fanatic there. So I always I'm the guy at the at the expos and stuff who's going around all the little booths and grabbing all the little trinkets, all the little squishy balls, all the pens, and I got 15 million pens and 15 million notebooks at home. But with this, what you get is first place will win a 5K Bull Rush prop challenge. Not just any prop challenge, but a book prop challenge. If you don't remember, we are the only A-book prop firm right now. Of course, hopefully we're making a wave in this industry and some more will pop up, because if it's not A-book, it's a scam. So yes, crypto weekend competition, you're going to win a 5K A-book prop account. Yeah, we got a lot of trading competitions. For anybody who thought we slowed down on these, we are not slowing down. We're not going anywhere. Insert the Wolf of Wall Street meme here. I'm not going anywhere. We have right now our profit sprint happening, which is going until October 31st. This is one of my favorite trading competitions, specifically for trading. There's only 4 people left in this competition. Remember, this is the first person, or I guess I should say the person who gets to, 10%. The person who gets to 10% profits the fastest. Now, my boy Amain BT got there in 32 minutes and 54 seconds. That's absolutely crazy. Super fast for him. Congratulations. That is fast. If you think you can beat that, hop in here. There are 3 prizes, so you can definitely still win a prize because the other guys have not gotten to 10% yet. But first place wins an A-book prop account. Second, a $5 basic 2-to-1, and third place a $5 basic 2-to-1. With those basic 2-to-1s, remember, you win about $15, $10 obviously profit, but your original $5 that you put in there, we give it to you for free, obviously. So sorry, I got a comment here from Master Terrace for best. Sorry, let me finish on this. I got a little ADD. So yeah, so you pretty much win $15 if you pass that. But hop in that. That's only $4.99. So you could win a 10K A-book challenge for only $4.99. Let's see what my boy has to say here. There's something interesting about the fall of gold. Investors and central banks sold to migrate strong capital to the crypto world, a sign that altcoins will soon explode to historic heights. That is correct. I actually saw something very interesting, and I'll go into this. It's a little bit of a conspiracy theory of mine. So we got about $30-something trillion worth of debt in the U.S. And I saw something that, with the whole moving over to and I think actually like a Russian spokesperson, they said it in like the Eastern conference for all these Eastern countries. A Russian spokesperson was talking about how we're probably doing this, but we see us selling a lot of gold, and I think one of the things was we're trying to, the theory is that we artificially boosted gold to sell it off to pay off our debts, and then we're moving all of our currencies into these stable coins and crypto coins with a strategic defense, or strategic crypto reserve, to essentially wipe out our debt artificially. I didn't read too much about it. You know what? I'll tell you guys, I'm going to read more about it. And then next Friday, we're going to talk about that conspiracy theory. But it's something along those lines. I don't exactly know how. But yeah, again, I don't speak Russian. So I was just reading the subtitles, and it was a little boring. So I didn't watch it all. But yeah, something along those lines of like, we're getting gold and we're artificially boosting gold and then selling it off to kind of offset our debt. And then same thing with stable coins and stuff like that, where the government's going to artificially boost them, sell it off, and then, essentially wipe out our debt. Is it true? I don't know. But, like I said, I think once it gets around 3,000 gold prices, we can look at that. Let's take a look at this crypto. Crypto's not looking too bad. So let's look at this one last week change. I mean, Bitcoin is still up 5% for the week. Ethereum's up 5% for the week. And then again, XRP's up 9% for the week. 249's ugly, though. That's what I bought it for like a year ago. So ugly, but still looking good. Running out a little bit of time. Let me run a quick little. Got a new commercial here for you guys. And then we're going to get into our sports news. So I'll see you after the break.
You think you've got the picks to hang with the pros? Well, step into the NFL Survivor competition, your proving grounds. Just $20 to enter and over $100,000 in cash prizes. Each week, the top 10 competitors move on to the next round of the NFL Survivor. Everyone else, done. 1 week, one shot. Do you think you have what it takes? Click the link below to join now.
And we're back. Remember, join that NFL satellite. That's the easiest way to turn you turn $20 into your share of $100,000. Make sure you hop into that right now because you're either there or you're square. Let's go over some more news here. We got some Dodgers news, some baseball news. We got some NBA news. And then, of course, we got all of your Week 7 updates. What happened, biggest highlights, biggest upsets of Week 7. So first, the Los Angeles Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani is once again at the center of October drama. After powering the Dodgers through another dominant playoff run, Ohtani now leads his team into the 2025 World Series as Los Angeles looks to capture back-to-back championships. Ohtani's two-way brilliance has become the defining story of his postseason. His combination of power at the plate and poise on the mound continues to captivate baseball fans worldwide. Analysts say a second straight title could cement Ohtani's legacy as one of the most complete players in baseball history. The Dodgers will face off against the surging Toronto Blue Jays squad, setting up a trans-border showdown of full star power and storylines. I'm excited. I think, I keep flopping back and forth between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays for winning. I think the Dodgers are going to take it home, though. I got to stick with America, USA. So I'm going to go with the Dodgers. Cool little thing, though, here. We did a poll on our Instagram, on our Twitter. Who do you think, do you think Shohei Ohtani is the greatest of all time? And right here, about 56% of people said yes, 25% of people said no, 18% of people said, who is this dude? I saw a big comparison about him being the new, is he better than Babe Ruth and stuff like that. I think there's no comparison. Like, I think the average pitch in Babe Ruth times was like 60 miles per hour, something like that, like 70 miles per hour. And it was like the slow ball times. And now it's like you see dudes doing 110 miles per hour pitches, over 100. They're always all around 90 to 110. It's like the average, like in between there. It's like 100 is the average. It's insane. I took a professional baseball pitch. I remember in high school from a professional player one time. And I was like, yeah, I'm never playing baseball. This is one sport I never played. So I think there's no comparison. I think if Shohei Ohtani played back then, it would be like every at bat is a home run. You know what I mean? It's 60 mile per hour, 70 mile per hour throws. It's the best guy out there was doing 80. It's insane. So I think he's definitely the GOAT of our time and of all time, So Meanwhile, on opening night in the NBA, the Chicago Bulls delivered an early statement rallying from behind to beat the Detroit Pistons 115 to 111. Nikola Vucevic led the way with 28 points and 14 rebounds, while rookie sensation Matas Bulius impressed his debut with 21. New addition Josh Giddey nearly notched a triple-double, finishing with 19 points and 11 assists. The comeback win gave Chicago fans a taste of what could be an exciting season as the team looks to reestablish itself as the Eastern Conference. In the Eastern Conference. One of the biggest headlines in I messed that up. Now to NFL, one of the biggest headlines, the Los Angeles Rams completely dominated Jacksonville 35-7 in London. With star wide receiver Puka Nakau sidelined, the Rams changed their script, utilizing 13 personnel, spreading the ball around, and even watching rookie Terrence Ferguson score his first career touchdown. The Jaguars, meanwhile, looked lost, the offense inept, and the line collapsing, and rookie defender Travis Hunter's late touchdown too little, too late. Elsewhere, the Chicago Bears defended flashed, forcing 4 turnovers in their win over the New Orleans Saints and recorded 4 sacks, while the Saints' young QB Spencer Rattler had a rough outing with 3 interceptions. On the flip side, the Kansas City Chiefs laid down a statement blanketing the Las Vegas Raiders in a dominant performance, showing that Patrick Mahomes and his offense aren't just about big plays, but control and pressure across the board. Meanwhile, the NFC North, the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts. Meanwhile, in the NFC North, the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts threw bombs, 37, 79, and 45-yard touchdown passes in a win over the Minnesota Vikings. And young linebacker Jalix Hunt returned an interception for a score, showing the Eagles defense is stepping up in key momentums. All this, plus the Denver Broncos' unbelievable fourth quarter comeback. The Indianapolis Colts offense steamrolled the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Green Bay Packers defense stepping up in a close victory over the Arizona Cardinals all paint a picture of a wild Week 7 that was insane. And yeah, the Week 7 was wild, and I think we're really getting a good insight into the playoff potential for some of these teams. Hoping the Baltimore Ravens come back this week and win something. I believe we play the Bears, because I think for the Ravens, if you heard me talk at the Monday Night Edge with Dan Leach, I think the Ravens are out kaput if we don't win this game. If we do win this game, I think they're going to make a Netflix documentary about it, because I think we're just going to go on a winning streak for the rest of the season, and we're going to win the Super Bowl. So very, very interesting. Week 8 is a very interesting week for football. So let's take a quick look at that, and then we will get out of here. We're week 6. We're just saw the Vikings out that I only watched like half of that game, and then I stopped. We got Dolphins versus Falcons. Falcons are going to definitely win that one, I think. We got the Jets and the Bengals. I would definitely hit the Cincinnati minus 6.5 wager right there. Browns and Patriots 5-2 and 2-5. I feel good with the New England 7.5, but I'd probably move it down to like 5 or something like that. Giants and Eagles. I feel good with the I don't like any pick here. I like them both. But I would probably go with the Eagles, just seeing how they did last week. We got Bills and Panthers. I would go honestly with the Bills here. I think they're going to make something happen here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We got the Bears and the Ravens. I'm going to go with the spread here. Baltimore minus 6.5. We got the 49ers and the Texans. I'm going to go 49ers on this one. Buccaneers and Saints. I'm going to go Bucks on this one. Cowboys and Broncos should be a really good game. I'm going to go Denver minus 3.5 on this one. Titans and Colts. I'm going to go with Colts on this one, obviously. Packers and Steelers. I'm going to have to go with the spread on this one, Green Bay minus 2.5. Or I'd probably go Packers plus 2.5 on this one. And then Commanders and Chiefs, just because I hate the Steelers. Commanders and Chiefs. That is a crazy spread, minus 11.5. I don't know if I would take that. I'd probably buy it down to something, maybe like 7 or something like that. And that is our forecast for week 7. We got who's on bye this week. We got a lot of teams on bye. We got Lions, Raiders, Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, and Jaguars all on a bye week this week. Should be a really exciting week. Last but not least, got a quick quote for you guys. You know, I always got to throw in a little bit of magic, a little bit of Davin knowledge, I'd like to say. And talking about goats, this is from one of the goats. I think he is probably the GOAT still of basketball. It's Michael Jordan, MJ, number 23. And he said, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. I'll say it one more time. I've missed more than this is Michael Jordan. He's missed more than 9,000 shots in his career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. I think about what is that movie? Cartoon. Meet the Robinsons. That's the movie. Anybody ever remember Meet the Robinsons? Yes, this movie. The Meet the Robinsons movie. If does anybody remember that? Here, I'll show you guys in a sec here. This movie. Has anybody ever seen this movie? So funny movie. I don't know if this shows my age. I don't think this is that old of a movie. When is this movie from? 2007. It's not that old. But Meet the Robinsons, there's a scene in there where he tries to do something and he's like, dang it, I failed. And the whole family's like, woo! And they start going, congratulations, you failed. And they're all hyped and excited you failed. He's like, why are you so he's like, why is everybody so excited that I failed? And they're like, because without failure, there's no success, and you're one step closer to success. And ever since I was little, I always thought about that movie, about that, how it's like, you fail, but start looking at failure as a good thing. Like Michael Jordan, for example, 9,000 shots. When you're thinking about the greatest basketball player of all time, do you think about 9,000 missed shots, 300 lost games, 26 times the whole team depended on him and he just blew it? Do you think about that? No. And it's because without all of those failures, he wouldn't be the Michael Jordan that we know of today. And, I think about that all the time. It's like without failure, nobody's rich and successful without failure unless they got extremely super lucky. I would imagine that out of all the people with net worths over $1 million or even net worths over $100 million, very, very few of them have never failed. And, there's another YouTuber and influencer. If you're looked at School of Hard Knocks, he's the guy who's like, how much money have you made in your career? And he's like interviewing dudes. And he always asks people like, and the amount of people that he interviews that are like billionaires and or have hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And they're like, yeah, I failed. I've 10 failed businesses. I have 5 failed. It's like, you got to fail to win. So if you're failing, if you lost an account, you blew an account on a prop firm, you got disqualified from the NFL Survivor. That's all you need. Guess what? Hop back in, go back in. Because if you just quit after failing, then it's a real failure. But if you keep going after failure, then that's a win because you just learned and you're not going to fail like that again. Remember, use code BRLive on bullrush.tech to get 100% deposit bonus if you want to hop in that NFL Survivor or any of the other competitions. Make sure you use this code. Welcome for all new prop accounts. Save 20 for 5, 10, and 25K accounts if you've already purchased an account with us, and then save 15 for all 15% off all 50, 100, and 200K accounts. I've had an amazing time with you guys here. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Make sure you hop in those weekend competitions, that crypto weekend competition. Also, we have trivia on the weekends, so make sure you hop in that trivia competition. We have a trading trivia on Saturdays at 9 a.m. and then we have sports trivia on Sundays at 9 a.m. Let me just double check and make sure. I don't know the topic off the top of my head, but if we look right here, give it a little load. Yeah, so we got fractal analysis on 25th tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then we got football in Australian TV and movies on Sunday. So you do not want to miss those. Those are free to enter, and they got some really sick prizes. I had an amazing time. Stay safe. Be happy. Spread that radical positivity, and I will see you next week.